ask if I could maybe videotape you, in a sense, it's audio and video if I turn it. Like if this was the edge of the couch, where you placed him on that Thursday, like how close it was to the edge. And then the other thing is, like how you were holding him, right before and during, when you shook him, so that they have an idea. Would you consent to that if I hold the camera up? It's as it is, I just have to hold it up towards you.
Why not? It's not gonna get any worse for me, right?
It's just, it would be helpful. I'm not 100% sure if I have this.
I'm gonna go to jail regardless of what I say.
I think that's, yeah, that's video.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, so we're still on, we're
Yep.
on now that we're just held up. So on the Thursday, how close, if the edge of the table was the sofa, how close was your son?
I'd say probably about this close to the edge.
Okay, and then you had gone into the kitchen,
Yes.
and he fell from that height and landed face first.
Face first.
Onto his
Onto
nose,
his
took the hit.
Well, your sofa's not this high, I'm assuming,
No,
right?
it's
No.
not. It's short. It's probably like this high.
Well,
Okay.
so when you held your hand like that, I'm sorry, just, what would you estimate that's about a foot? Well, no, that's a little higher than a foot there.
A foot and a half, maybe 2 feet.
Okay, so from where you sit on the sofa to the ground, probably about a foot and a half. Okay.
And then today, if you could demonstrate, when you picked him from was he in the swing?
Yes.
Okay, and you scooped him up, how did you pick him up at that point? Was it right under the arms at that point?
Yes.
And how close were you, if you could demonstrate how you held him, and about how long you had shaken him?
I held him like this, under his armpits.
In front of you, so his face is towards you, and you shook him?
Yes.
About how hard do you think you shook him?
I mean, I wasn't like throwing him around.
Can you demonstrate with your own strength, like right now, if you would?
It's awkward without anything in my hands, but
Well, you're upset, right? 'Cause
like,
he's
Yeah.
crying.
like that,
For about how long, you said?
about 30 seconds.
Okay. And then, any injury, like I said, and that he hit his head on anything?
It would have been impossible for him to hit his head on anything.
Okay.
'Cause you were holding him.
Yes.
So where did you place him after you said he stopped crying when you were still holding him, correct?
Yes.
And he went limp at that
Yes.
point? And you placed him where?
On the bed, and that's when I called 911.
Okay. And then it was a few minutes after that you noticed the blood coming out of his nose?
Right, it was right before I called 911. I noticed it.
Okay.
And
All
you
right.
said it was like a bubble, frothy?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna set this back on the table.